feel like the Undertaker.
You know, yesterday I went to Acadiana practice. I might go today again. But anyway, I told Amari it's about that time of the year. I don't think he knew what I meant because I didn't explain. But it's semifinals week, and this is Acadiana's time. And it amazes me how Ponchatula just feels like people are disrespecting him constantly on Twitter. But, you know, a team like Ponchatula is like, it's like a, I can't say that. Someone get canceled. But it's like, I've seen the movie Tangled. When she got out, she didn't know how to act. This is just like Ponchatula. They haven't been to the Dome since Betty White was born. I don't think they've ever been to the Dome, but this is the furthest they've made it in a while. But it seems like now they just feel like they got this in the bag just because they're undefeated and just because they've only allowed 84 points total scored on them this season. When in my opinion, I'm only a little bit impressed. That was only if the offenses they played against was actually good. Probably the best offense they played was probably Oceatar Parish. But I don't think Ponchatula realizes something. They are going against one of the best teams in the whole state of Louisiana. And Ponchatula doesn't realize that a lot of people doubt them because they honestly don't have an identity. Acadiana has an identity because let me tell you their identity. Hard-nosed football, hard-nosed practices. You know, the linemen always calling each other fat asses. But good coaching. Acadiana over the years have never needed multiple stars on the team to win a state title. Have went up against dudes that are in the NFL and beaten them. A team who runs the ball text message. But team that runs the ball 95% of the time and has over 400 rushing yards. And then you look at Ponchatula, when they do that, it's up against a team that it's not really that good. Now Acadiana does the same thing, but at the same time they do it up against good teams as well. I mean, look last year, 300 yards against Alexandria, even though they're decent. They're, in my opinion, they're a good team, but they just not elite. But in my opinion, Ponchatula is just another Parkway, except Ponchatula has better players than Parkway. No offense to Parkway. Parkway probably got like 3 good players. But that was the intro. Time to start this video. Let's talk about Ponchatula. I have not heard about Ponchatula since John Gross was their running back. And their quarterback was number 6. I can't remember him for the life of me. I'm just kidding though, but last time I really heard about Ponchatula was TJ Finley and his brother KJ something. I can't remember. But that was really the last time. That's really the most I've ever heard about Ponchatula. Oh, and Don Vaughn, whatever the hell, it was Campbell, whatever, however you say his name. But like those are really the only players I know ever from Ponchatula, and some of the current players now. But let's just talk about Ponchatula first off. Head coach didn't write his name down. Because he's gonna be sitting home next week watching Acadiana, pulling for them against, in my opinion, Zachary. Talk about their offense, man. Now, there was a tweet someone posted on the Louisiana 5A Twitter. Now, people don't realize this, bro. Louisiana 5A Twitter account is an opinionated / fact base, but it's 95% opinion. But some of the stuff they say, it's actually what a lot of people say. Like people say good things about Acadiana because that's exactly because what they say is something that is actually true. Like Acadiana is a hard-nosed team, this and yada yada. But there's just a lot of things people don't know about that page, yo. Do I think Acadiana scoring 50 points? They have a chance to. Do I think they're giving up 32 points? Hell no. Even with guys who was our 5th and 6th, who was a 5th wide out on the depth chart, and DB who was like 6th on the depth chart last season. I just don't feel like we're giving up 50 points. Anyway, 32 points. But talk about the offense. Whew. Oh yeah, that's how I passed up. But someone posted about how damn, I done forgot, but forget what they said anyway. But I'll get to that later though. They've played not many good teams. Two really Oshetta Parish and probably maybe Mandeville. But I really wouldn't say Mandeville because they lost a lot of the defensive players. But they played St. Helena, who's not that good. They're currently 11-0, as you know. So all these are wins. St. Helena 37-6, Covington 27-3. I'm gonna stop right there because I watched the Covington game. Just to let y'all know, I watched the Covington game, Slidell game, North Shore. I watched the North Shore game at work. I watched the St. Paul game. And after this video, I'm going to watch later on, I'm going to watch the St. Paul game. So yeah, that's what someone posted under their thing. It was like, do you actually watch Ponchatula? Any Ponchatula games this season? Well, I actually did. Because, I just like watching the other team before I see what type of team they are. I did the same with Parkway. And I wasn't impressed with Parkway. Wasn't an aggressive team. I was right about everything I said, but anyway, there's a new team, new week, new video. But my thoughts on the Covington game, I was shocked at how they sort of struggled to score on them. But the defense held it down, but they should have put up at least 50 points or 42 points because I know Acadiana usually does that against teams, and it doesn't go over 40 because we take out the JV. No offense to the JV, but I watched the game. The North Shore game I watched this Saturday at work. It was like 7-14. I think it was like 35-7 at the half, and then I just scored 2 more touchdowns. I really thought North Shore was barred for a second. But this game was like really boring. They put up some points against North Shore. The Mandeville game, I watched the wrong Mandeville game. I watched the one from last year. But this year I scored 37 points, 37-21. Slidell game I watched earlier, last night exactly, but I stopped because I want to watch some on Netflix. But the score was 56-14. Food and drink. I'm gonna just say that. 63 is nothing. The St. Paul game I watched that in its entirety. Just kidding. I didn't watch the last 8 minutes of the game because I had to eat and go to class. But turns out I didn't even have class. But that was the toughest game I had this season. And yeah, that was probably the toughest game. Now let's talk about that game for a second. Now I watched the game. The first half was 3-0. Now you could tell, because throughout the other 4 games I watched, that this is going to be a good game for the special teams. The first kick was taken to like the 40-yard line, I think. It was a good kick. And then he had another punt where I think number 7 or number 5 took it. And it looked like he was going for a break, but he tripped over someone. Then in the third quarter, Jacoby Matthews took it in for a touchdown. When it looked like he should have done a fair catch, but he took it for a touchdown. Then the fourth quarter, I forgot his name. Number 7 took it in for a touchdown. Osborne, something like that. Took it in for a touchdown. And that just goes to show when the offense is working against I'd say a defense is probably good this season. I don't want to go too much into St. Paul because I know last year they were like 4-4, and like this year they almost freaking beat Catholic BBW or not, BR, whatever it's called, and that just goes to show they can get it done on special teams when they need to, because the other games I watched didn't score on special teams at all from what I seen, but this game they got the job going with special teams and got them good yardage. Sure over 200 yards total on everything. Yeah, I did watch that game. And whoever the announcer is for those games, bro, I can't wait to listen to him, bro, because he's the best announcer in high school football. From what I've heard. I mean, he's going crazy. He was like, Jacoby Matthews, this could be trouble. 10-5, Jacoby. Yeah, y'all know, y'all's watching it. Yeah. Right side, look out! Yeah, him. But the Hammond game, 45-0. Lafayette. I can't believe people actually thought Lafayette had a chance. 45-6. John Cena, John Ehret, something like that. 50-7. John Ehret overrated. They shouldn't have been number 2 last year. Anyway, then Ouachita Parish. This was low-key in my opinion. This was an impressive win. Was Ouachita Parish. They beat Ruston. They beat Alexandria this season, and they beat West Monroe this season. So that was low-key an impressive win, a dominating win. I think that was an away game. Yeah, it was an away game, so it's low-key embarrassing by Ouachita. But Ouachita had a good season. You got to give it up to them. They beat some good teams. They stopped the streak of West Monroe. Not important, though. Oh, that rhyme. Then this week, they got the biggest test. And I'm not talking about a SAT. I'm not talking about a GED. I'm not talking about a iLeap test. I'm not talking about a STD. I'm not talking about finals. I'm talking about Acadiana. This is their biggest test. Bigger than any final exam they ever had. And it's in their own house, a.k.a. the swamp. Well, it's too bad Acadiana got a couple hunters on their team. Because it seems like we're going to have to go hunting for some alligators. Shit was trash. I thought it sounded better in my head, but anyway. Well, let's talk about the last 5 meetings. It's kind of a tug of war. Let's go back to 2013, when one of the greatest teams in Acadiana history knocked the mess out of Ponchatula in the playoffs, 49-7. Next year after that, we won 38-28 in the playoffs on the way to back-to-back state titles. Then the year after that, one of the worst Acadiana performances in human history. 26-0 victory for the Puncher with the Toolies. I'm still in shock at that. And then it's crazy, cause last week Parkway played Acadiana, and it's a three-peat, trying to get a three-peat. And 6 years ago, same thing, and now 6 years later, trying to get a three-peat, Acadiana played Parkway, but not in the playoffs. That's just crazy to me. Anyway, the year after that, my sophomore year, we took an L by 1 point. And in the same year, we went back. Well, we switched home fields. In the playoffs, we decapitated them in the second half. The QB went down, but they're gonna make excuses. Oh, our quarterback went down, yada yada. I will say this though, we probably still would have beat them, but with their quarterback in, it probably wouldn't have been the same. But when the team loses, they always gotta make excuses. I mean, Acadiana not making any excuses. Let me tell you why. At the beginning of the season, I wasn't skeptical of Aiden being the quarterback. Not that I didn't want him, but with Jeremiah coming off like the greatest season in Acadian history at quarterback, I didn't know how to think. I didn't see him play, but I know I don't really know. I didn't really look at the freshman last season, but it seems like he had a good freshman season and impressed Coach McCullough. But anyway, move Jeremiah back to DB because he's gonna be playing that in college. Which Aiden really stepped it up since the LC game. He stepped it up after that. First two games he had a struggle because it was two good defenses. Well, I don't think Catholic BR not that damn good on defense, but they did the business against Acadiana that night. But anyway, man, he stepped it up since Lafayette. Acadiana with a sophomore, unexperienced quarterback who hasn't played JV. I don't think he played JV last year. And then we got 3 new O-linemen who are sophomores, right? Well, two are sophomores, one is a junior. We got 2 wideouts who was like 7 and 8 on the depth chart who was starting this season. And even though we don't pass it to them, they do good blocking. Need to hold in blocks this week, though, because they got some big DBs, no homo. We got, on the defense, we got a dude who's new to Acadiana who's starting. He's a sophomore. We got about 5 new starters on the D-line. We got a transferred linebacker who has shined, and people not giving him enough credit. I'm talking about Ethan, and another one, Jaden. He was already good. I'm not able to speak on that. You already know he was already good. But then we got Shamarius, who's new, sophomore, future of the defense in probably Acadiana football. But anyway, then we got 2 cornerbacks who didn't play much last season, only when it was a blowout. We got them coming in. They holding their business. They don't really give up a lot of touchdowns. And for Acadiana to lose Larry and Walter, who may come back, who are 2 of the best at their position, even though Larry's tied with Jalen. Jalen a little bit up. Anyway. And then for LT to be out. Then for them to lose Draylen, sadly, who was the best DB of last season. Just phenomenal play, bro. Phenomenal freaking play, bro. I was saddened when I heard he wasn't playing the season. Anyway, man, 5 picks. Man, y'all already know how Jordan was, man. But anyway, man, we really would need him this season because we don't really be getting a lot of picks. But anyway, man. Then we had 2 sophomore DBs playing this season. Guess coach wanted to put his older guys in. They haven't been playing much in the playoffs, or starting at least. I mean, with just a lot of new, fresh faces on this team, it all goes down to coaching, which I'm not sure about Ponchatula. I don't know if Ponchatula has it. I know LCA has that. I know Lafayette has it, but I don't know about Ponchatula. Don't really know any of their coaches. How many time on? 20 minutes. I gotta go to the gym. But Ponchatula just feels like a lot of people are sleeping on them. But in my opinion, people have the right to, because Ponchatula really hasn't proved anything. I didn't write the records for the last 5 seasons, but Ponchatula really hasn't made any noise since 2016, which is 5 years ago. Which is ironically the last time. It's like once they lost John Gross and the quarterback, I can't remember, number 6, I can't remember his name. They just went downhill. Even with TJ Finley, they would get blown out. And now his brothers on the team. One thing to look at for this game. One thing to look out for in this game is the backhand, the back fade passes. Because I noticed in some of their games that they like doing that. With Nolan Tribble, Hibble, Filbo, Dibble. With I think Amari Wilson or something like that. Him, he's probably like 6'4". Probably got his name wrong. Him and they got TJ Finley brother. I think Kobe Finley. He's 6'5". So I feel like Dom and Malik, they gonna be the deal breakers in this game. But in my heart, I feel like they gonna do their job. I feel like this week, man, I feel like the running game is gonna win this game. I don't honestly think the passing game is gonna win us the game, because this team, or low key, they play close. Their DBs don't really go deep, and they play close. So I feel like this week the O-line just got to do their job, bro. Because their D-line not really aggressive. Like the only one in my opinion is really aggressive is like number 88, I think. And I think I can't remember the other name. 88, 99, I think. Like there's probably like them two and then Jacoby. He needed to do his research, because he said something about how Acadiana didn't score 50 points this season. But anyway, I feel like that's probably the best defensive players. Also, the running back Braden Johnson, he played Johnson, whichever one it is. He plays defense as well. I just feel like this team really plays close to the line. So I feel like the passing game may not work this season, because I feel like those quick passes, Jacoby just might eat that up. And I wouldn't want Aiden to throw it to Sammy. Unless I just better catch one this week. But if you throw one to Sammy, I feel like Jacoby might try to eat that up, or he might just hit Sammy before he catch it. Something like that. I wouldn't want none of our players to get hurt, but it's all good though. I feel like I feel like the linebackers this week have an advantage, because I noticed on the linebacker when their linemen pull, their linemen literally really don't touch anybody. So like I feel like Jalen's gonna eat that shit up, bro. And Dez, Jeremiah. I just feel like the defense is really gonna do their thing. And now the moment of truth. The part I hate most about my videos this season, I don't like this part of my video, is my score prediction. Now last week I predicted 35-14. And y'all had to score a touchdown. But Louisiana 5A had 50-32. I don't think that's low-key a ridiculous score. But it's not don't rule it out though. And that's another thing, someone from Ponchatula, student or fan, talked about how we haven't given up 50 points. Well, of course you haven't given up 50 points. You freaking played St. Helena, Covington, North freaking Shore, Manda freaking Ville, Slidell, Fountain Machine, something, St. Chris Paul, Hammond. You played Lafayette, John freaking Eric. No, I'm gonna stop at those shut because they score points. But, of course, you haven't given up 50 points. 50 points. Anyway, man. I don't want to say this game will be low scoring. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be wrong. Because last year I was hitting the nail on the freaking head. But I got Acadiana taking this, bro. I don't want to fucking be wrong. I don't think it's going to be low scoring, though. I feel like the offense is going to win this game. I got, oh, yeah. Yeah, they've only given up 7 points a game. And offense scored 43 a game. It's not important, though. It's a long-ass video, I know. But I got Acadiana taking this shit to the motherfucking dome. I don't want to freaking be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I got Acadiana taking this. I got him taking it 20-12. Come up with a score like that, bro. Cause I'm just playing safe, close game. I feel like that's just how man, I don't like being wrong. But the person who got to step up the most this week, man, is Amari. Not Aiden. Cause this is Aiden's biggest game in his freaking life so far. Screw every other game. This is to go to the motherfucking dome. On defense, the person who has to step up the most. Also, their offensive line not that. The offensive line is not that aggressive. So our D-line need to handle their business. Person on defense who got to step up the most. I'm not gonna say a person, but our linebackers. Cause if the pass doesn't work for them, they're gonna try to run. They might try putting Jacoby Matthews at quarterback. Cause they did that last season when I don't know if he was actually their quarterback or the quarterback was injured or something. But he played a little bit of quarterback last season. Yes, a person who posted that on Twitter. I watched Ponchatula games. Even though I accidentally watched some of their games from last season. You know, Jacoby, he might play quarterback, but I feel if the run doesn't work with their actual quarterback, they're gonna try. God damn, nigga. But it scared me. But if they don't run with their running back, it'll work with their QB option. So we have to keep up with that. I feel like our linebackers will really win us the game. Anyway, if you're new to these videos, just sit back and listen to what I'm about to say. If you've been fooling with these videos, I think you know what I'm about to say. Hopefully for not the last time this season. Psych. I don't care if it's Ponchatula, Abelanguda, Green Wave, Green Bean, Green Eggs and Ham, Kobe Finley, Kobe Bryant, TJ Finley, Fit Finley, Destrehan, Wildcat, Wild Ho, Dirty Red, Dirty Ho, Zachary, Zach and Cody, Jacoby Matthews, Jacoby Ford. Shh. Rams at 4.